I actually have a question for both Ms. Barkey and Mr. Christensen. I heard from the news that the state superintendent of public instruction issued a memorandum to the State Board of Education on a decision by the California Department of Education to postpone the decision-making timeline concerning California's revised mathematics framework to winter 2022, 2023. What can you say about this? How does it affect us students and future students? Why does the math subject somehow become an issue in CA education? And why does the new math framework hurt Asian students? And what should we as Asian K-12 students do?
A great question. As I was talking about earlier, when you're trying to figure out how to transfer from one school to another school and your math system's not consistent, that makes it hard. And some of that comes because our state frameworks are not clear or thoughtful. And so when the superintendent was going forward this last year and the Board of Education provided this, every 6 or 7 years, they redo the framework. They just want to make sure it's clean and crisp. They want to fix any mistakes from the past. But anybody who knows math knows that math has been around for thousands of years. It doesn't change. The principles are pretty rock solid. I mean, the Pythagorean theorem is named after a guy that lived thousands of years ago, right? Archimedes, you go down the list. So what they were doing is they were trying to make it one of these things that had a social and racial component to it, implying that kids of color or in minority communities don't learn math as well, and so we need to make it more relevant to them. But in doing it, they made it more racist. And really, we don't need racism in math. We need discipline. Math is hard. It is hard. And when I was in grad school, I was actually a math tutor for 2 years. So I would take any kid that was trying to learn algebra or geometry, maybe calculus, and I would spend hours every week trying to help them work through their homework and make sure they understood it. And so when they provided this new framework, 1,200 math professors, academics, and even Nobel laureates, people who are the best and the brightest in math in California, wrote a letter to Tony Thurmond and they said, stop what you're doing. The guy who wrote the letter, his name's Bill Evers. He was the Undersecretary of Education during President Reagan's administration about 30 years ago. And Bill Evers is one of the smartest guys in education policy in the country. And he basically said, listen, we need to teach the facts. 2 + 2 = 4. It shouldn't matter what race you are or whatever. And what we find in most studies and research is Asian students perform at the top of most education statistics. And they do it because they come from families that really believe and value education and really value things like math and science. And so if you were to take a curriculum that doesn't work, that doesn't help students of all races, all backgrounds, all cultures equally, then you actually debilitate or you make it harder for really smart students to do the right thing. And I would probably guess that most of you are really good students that work hard in math. And this new curriculum would be very difficult to navigate at any school district if you were to accept that within your school. And so I'm hoping that as I am elected superintendent of public instruction, we can take the curriculum and start over and go back to the basics and make sure that we're hitting math as it needs to be. 2 + 2 = 4. Let's make sure we pull all the racial components out of it so that nobody feels like they're kind of a second-class citizen when they take these kinds of courses.
Yeah, I don't think I need to add anything to that. I think Lance answered it brilliantly. I know Bill Evers as well, and he is as brilliant as they come with math and many other subjects. And I know he felt it would be really a disservice to change the math. And who would build the bridges of tomorrow when you're just really flattening the math and you're not allowing students to excel? You're just catering to those that really don't care to excel in math. So I think it was excellent that it's been delayed, and hopefully we'll just get rid of it, especially when Lance is running the state. I know he'll take care of that for us.
Thank you very much. It was really insightful.